All right, here we go. This is a ranked 1v1 match between Smurfs on Simple. This is gonna be between the blue player on the left side. Hooch is crazy with a bunch of characters replaced with, like, there's a 0 instead, I guess. Oh, I guess that's right. In the classic Neo Smurfs. And the red player on the right side, Wolf with 2 O's instead of 0s. In the green Sea Bomber. I guarantee you that was traded through market from whoever's main that is. And now we are on Simple. Everybody loves Simple, right? Yeah, so we do have Wolf opening up with. Let's see what he has in his cargo. He has some money makers and does have tanks and a bomb in his loadout, so that's a little bit interesting. We do have a Hooch with some probes, and actually probes at the top for Wolf. They go straight into that outpost, able to take down. Or not take down, but distract that Jackal with himself in his own fire. He is going straight with a bomb for the mid-fight. Tries to get that Longhorn, but Hooch swoops it up just in time. Not just in time, but swoops it up before Wolf can actually get it and kills it up. So Wolf not successfully using those bombs, did waste those credits on those bombs. And we do have a traditional Simple mid-fight, Longhorn getting moved up here. You will notice that neither of these players have goalies in their loadouts, so you know, Smurfs OP, 36,000 or 3,600 credits. Man, that's a lot of credits. Kudos, guys. So it's hard to get goalies right away. You know, especially if you're gonna get Smurfs. You know, you don't really want to spend too much on those goalies. So we do have Wolf queuing up some probes. Probably will try to grab mid real quick and maybe drop some units or bombs. Al actually did send the probes. Oh no, let's see. No, does have the probes still in his loadout or in his build queue, while Hooch is just ferrying some more Longhorn, and a Roller now coming out for Wolf, maybe trying to grab that mid and quickly drop that Roller. Oh, but dropping these probes way behind, using them, I guess it's going to be more of a timing thing. Going to wait for his probes to get in there, but loses quite a lot of life, and Hooch does hover over, pin him down, so probably not going to be able to get up. Oh, but yeah, this does go back down. He levels up barely, barely, a little bit late, so he is not able to grab that middle outpost, and these creeps might not be able to grab this fast enough to take it under control. No, they do not, and Hooch still hovering over Wolf, not gonna be able to get it, and not able to get that EMP in time to get Wolf on the ground and pin him down. So Wolf able to steal up that Longhorn. Oh yes, smoking black Longhorn, so tempting to get. Hooch trying to get that kill, does actually get one, because that Longhorn was back facing the cliff. So was able to get that double damage on the back and get that Longhorn kill. Now with some boomers, we'll see if he's actually able to get some of these Longhorn killed, distracting them. But the boomers do not. They only get one Longhorn, I think, and that might actually even been Hooch getting that kill. And now Hooch doing the same thing. Probes back, dropped a little bit far behind, so he can afford a little bit extra time that he will be able to get, dropping a turtle to distract them. Those probes do take that middle outpost, but with those Jackals behind that outpost, will be able to probably neutralize this. No, actually a lot of units do get dropped by Hooch, but Hooch really low on health. Let's see if Wolf is able to actually get him finished here. He does have to stay on the ground, but Hooch trying to get him. Oh, Wolf almost bombing him down, but Hooch with a really good transform timing, able to you know, transform up so he can get that heal, but that outpost getting neutralized and taken back by Wolf really quickly. And once again, right back down. This is kind of a traditional mid-fight here, where we do see, you know, the outpost going down back and forth, just because enemy units are stationed on either side, neutralizing the outpost. And Wolf is definitely losing the fight here. He doesn't have as many units as Hooch does, and we do see him try to. Okay, he does have it's okay. It's a 50 to 40 upkeep difference, so it's not huge, but it is significant enough to say that Wolf is probably not going to be able to win this fight at the mid. He actually, okay, now he is catching up though. Has a lot of Jackals, so he can neutral and keep this outpost neutral. Oh, and kills that turtle really quickly with bombs before it actually is able to close up. So that is just something that the turtle is very vulnerable for the short amount of time that it is alive before it gets to close up, and Wolf was able to take advantage of that, especially with that bombs thing, and able to kill it before it gets to call. So now Hooch does have control of this mid, still has it under his control, but it's just 2 bulbs up. Let's see if Wolf can spam enough units. No Jackals coming out, so he might not be able to neutralize this quite yet. I would have expected him to just drop more Jackals, because priority right now would pretty much be on neutralizing this outpost and that Seeker stationed down on the ground to prevent HO0CH from shooting what he can from behind in those tanks, but does get one kill there with that Longhorn. And some Ratchets going down by Wolf. I don't know how productive this will be. It will just keep his units alive rather than neutralize that outpost. Once again, that is pretty much priority at this point. And HO0CH, with a lot of units blocking here, will be able to hold this outpost for a little while longer. Now Boomer's coming out. Let's see if we can actually get those tanks that are stationed at that mid killed. 4 bulbs are still up. I believe 4 bulbs are still up. Oh no, 2 did get knocked down, I think. And then Wolf just killing. Oh, Wolf is actually Wolf is able to actually clear all of HO0CH's units, and HO0CH not able to drop enough creeps to actually take this back under his control. Wolf with more Jackals, so it will stay away from HO0CH's control for now. Creeps or probes going in. I don't think that will actually be able to do it, especially with no units distracting anything that HO0CH has, and almost going down, but Wolf not transforming in time to actually get that kill. But now with creeps dropped, we'll be able to grab this mid. HO0CH forced to cloak away. No, oh yes, it does go up to green. Wow. It does go up to red. And now Wolf dropping enough units in front to be able to block it from any attack that HO0CH or any of those wandering creeps. So now HO0CH and Wolf are now going to engage in a normal mid to forward fight, although no artillery in each of these players' loadouts. Now that artillery is pretty much, I don't know if you can call it back to what it used to be, but it is pretty much back because artillery is definitely more viable now than it used to be, and now HO0CH getting that kill and HO0CH getting that experience over Wolf. But Wolf will drop that Ratchet to get that salvage. And going to be doing the same thing for this one, while HO0CH does have, okay, now starting the T99 spam. Trying to get Wolf in the air, but not going to be able to finish him off. Definitely not, especially with, kind of behind. Wolf is back there behind his own defenses. And now HO0CH, with those T99s, will be able to create a nice line there. Wolf is not really going to be able to do much, penetrate that very much, bomb or whatnot, whatever he wants to do. But now HO0CH able to get past that there without being detected. Wolf now finally having to respond to that front door attack, and HO0CH here to reposition. But oh wow, Wolf with that bombing is able to kill that Longhorn very, very quickly. So now HO0CH does no longer have unit support here, but firing at the front door freely with pretty much nothing to contest him, and just leaving HO0CH alone there. But HO0CH now does have to come back because Wolf with a Longhorn at the front door. HO0CH does have a Longhorn to block, but Wolf, I'm assuming, will reposition. Once that does get dropped. Oh no, but Wolf gets locked on the ground with that EMP. Will be body blocking for his own Longhorn. So, kills that front Longhorn from HO0CH, and not able to lift off in time to reposition his Longhorn to get more damage on, but is just going to Mantis strike like crazy there before retreating back before he gets killed. Now another bombing queue. Let's see if he just bomb spammed here to try to take care of it. No, he is just going for more experience. He is already level 7, but once again, no goalies in either of these players' loadouts, so it's not really going to be too valuable to be a high level. Other than the normal benefits that being a high level would give you more mech stats. But dropping those Ratchets for the salvage after getting those neutrals killed, every little bit does help, and it is pretty even though right now it's 62 to 62. Now Wolf is a little bit ahead with 68, and now more bombs coming out. Let's see if he's going to use those for that T99. But HO0CH dropping that Ratchet and healing up his T99 that got attacked. Look at that long line of Longhorn there. Long line of Longhorn. Let's see, you say that 3 times fast. But look at that line of Longhorns. I think that's the proper pluralization, but long line of Longhorns sitting there for Wolf, and Wolf actually able to kill that Ratchet, bombing, but those T99s getting a lot of damage, and HO0CH firing himself, able to kill Wolf in the air. And now HO0CH is going to be able to slowly move up. However, that perpendicular line of Longhorn, it's going to be really, really difficult for HO0CH to approach, especially with just T99. He's going to have to move up one at a time himself. Maybe with enough Ratchet support, he can do it. But as of now, I don't know if there's really enough healing units. There are 4 Ratchets there, but obviously there's just this one bridge right here, so it's just going to be really, really difficult for HO0CH to move up there. And Wolf now with a roller coming up to lead his push. Oh, I don't know how effective this is going to be. There's a lot of T99 and Ratchets here for HO0CH, and as we know, T99 Ratchet spam OP really hard to counter. Not necessarily counter, but I guess overwhelm, as there is not necessarily a direct counter or even an indirect counter for that specific course of that specific strategy. I don't really call it strategy, but yeah, I guess that specific build. And now HO0CH actually able to kill quite a lot of Wolf's pushed units. Wolf might actually lose the mid now, as most of the units are dead and is just bomb spamming. Okay, almost getting killed by those following missiles over his outpost, but not enough T99s there. Definitely not a critical mass enough for him to get killed, but now HO0CH will be able to leapfrog quite a lot up. There's not much left here at the mid for Wolf in terms of defense. And now Jackal's coming out for HO0CH. Will definitely be able to neutralize this. I doubt there's much that Wolf can do. Kind of spamming those creeps to be able to keep it under his control, but lots of Jackals, even more coming out, and now boomers for HO0CH. I don't know if HO0CH is actually going to be able to get this those boomers effectively used, but does neutralize that outpost, and now he is queuing up more boomers, moving his T99s up very nicely, and Wolf with more probes just trying to retake that outpost. But even if he does, so many so many blue units over here. Did get a lot of them killed, actually, so let's see if he can hold this. There are still a lot of T99s. I would like to see HO0CH move them up even more. However, that might be pretty dangerous, especially with that line of tanks that has down already. Quite a lot of units in his, or not units, but credits in his bank, so he could actually continue pumping up more. And at this point, HO0CH does have a lot of T99 here. Just he's pulling them back is kind of what I should have said, and that is a little bit difficult. Oh, but does get Wolf. Oh, I did not notice that. I did look at it for a quick second. But does get Wolf in the air, and those boomers are going to be able to neutralize it. Oh, but they don't go. That's interesting. They don't go for the outpost. They go straight through and actually hit those Longhorn back there, and actually hit them in the back. So got 2 of those Longhorn killed for the price of 4 boomers. That's definitely worth the drop. And he's doing it again. And he's doing it again. Those boomers are, at the back of those Longhorn, and he did get another one killed. Oh, and Wolf getting a T99 for bomb, so that's also definitely worth it. Gotta realize what is worth it in terms of credit trade-off. Bombs, sadly enough, as of right now, I think they will get balanced sometime soon, but as of right now, are definitely not too great, or not too great, not too waste of credity. Waste of credity. Wow. Not really going to be doing that time soon. Oh, but we do have a T99 blocking some Jackals coming up. So let's see when HO0CH decides to release these Jackals. The Turtle does get dropped here out in front. That is a little bit dangerous, but now will be fired upon and will be will stay curled up. HO0CH now moving some T99s up, and now Jackals coming out. Let's see if Wolf can do something about this. There are a lot of units now already over here, and HO0CH with more Jackals coming out. Ooh, that's not really going to do too much. He's going to... Oh, but he does actually neutralize this outpost. I don't know if that Jackal was actually the one that actually did that, but he does get this neutral, and the boomers do go down very quickly, so those don't get blown up at all. Those don't get to blow themselves up, I guess. Kamikaze themselves, however you want to think about it. Oh, and HO0CH gets killed by those units not cloaking in time. And now Wolf will be able to hold this outpost with HO0CH not in the game for a little bit of time. Queuing up some T99s here. So however productive that might be. So yeah, we do have Wolf taking care of a lot of units here at the mid with those bombs, or not at the mid, at that forward with bombs, while HO0CH is not here to micro heal any of them up, or maybe try to focus Wolf on the way in. However, since the air DPS is not really as possible as it was before. But now Wolf with a quite large mass amount of tanks here is still putting them in defensive position. Just for any potential push. However, HO0CH is using that T99 ratchet spam craziness, so I mean, it's not really that vulnerable to a push. And we do have Wolf with some creeps back here. HO0CH will choose to drop creeps in response. Wolf able to kill one moneymaker before HO0CH comes back and responds to it, dropping Jackals to take care of those creeps, but Wolf still attacking moneymakers, and HO0CH completely ignoring them, so all these moneymakers will go down. Let's see if HO0CH can use this amount of time that Wolf is not at the battle, and does drop a Longhorn at the front door. Let's see if Wolf can actually respond to this quick enough. Oh man, that bomb was pretty much killed that Longhorn completely. A few shots going down by that Longhorn before Wolf is able to finish it off, but I don't think it was really worth it for Hooch. It was just a couple shots, and Wolf was able to kill him really, really quickly with more bombs. And once again, more bombs, more bombs, just bombs non-stop here. Wolf able to get another moneymaker, and now Manta striking. He did level up, so refilling on energy, not spending that level up point yet, but I would expect it to go, yes, into creeps, as there is no Guardians in either of these loadouts right now. But we do have a couple creeps dropped up here. Wolf will be able to take care of that very, very quickly with his own bombs. And Hooch not leapfrogging up his T99 like, you know, you kind of would be used to seeing. And once again, Wolf with a very perpendicular line of Longhorn here, you know, for that crossing the T thing. But once again, Hooch with just T99, so it's not really that vulnerable to a push. I guess it would be really, really effective against the leapfrog. However, against the leapfrog, you can kind of selectively choose which units get that damage coming up. You know, you can kind of just put one there to tank damage and then put another one in front, and then just kind of alternate them tanking the damage, as opposed to a push. It's much harder to do that. And a little bit more micro-intensive, as all your units are moving. You are kind of time limited for that. However, that moneymaker does not get dropped properly, and that and this outpost does go down to neutral. Wolf able to drop some creeps and take some bulbs, so Hooch is not going to be able to get this quite yet. One red creep going to walk in and prevent Hooch from taking this outpost back under his control. Some probes in his build queue, but does kill Wolf in his in that fight there. With so many T99s, it is really hard to do really anything in the enemy area. And Wolf did go down. The last hit going to Hooch there. Hooch is crazy with a lot of ratchets. Oh, and then he says can't attack from low. Yeah, this simple is not really super optimal. Debs, please just change this out for Salt with current mechanics, but the Salt map layout, that would be great. No more simple games. I would really like to see that. If you disagree with me, then I hate you. I don't care. But that's what I would prefer to see, the Salt map with the current game mechanics. I know we aren't dedicated right now to converting to Salt mechanics, especially because they aren't completely balanced right now. But I would really like to see the Salt map, you know, switched in for simple in the 1v1 rotation. And to be honest, even in the custom games, don't really like seeing simple at all. And Wolf once again getting killed by Hooch. And Hooch now, I mean, even though Wolf is not in, you know, not in the battle right now, he is respawning. Hooch can't really do too much here in terms of bringing his T99 up. Just because this crazy line of Longhorn, look how much life got taken out there. And just trying to get that EMP, and oh, and Wolf gets taken out once more, just hovering over those T99 for a little bit too long, and does get killed again. Doesn't spend any money on respawn, however. He does feel like he's pretty safe, and to be honest, he very much is. This is pretty much an unbreakable line of Longhorn right now, unless you have goalies or more Longhorn to move up, but going with T99 Ratchet at this point, it's just going to be really hard for HO0CHISCRAZY, especially on simple. You don't really have even ground to fight, and Wolf has pulled his Longhorn back, so his T99 aren't really going to be able to get a nice clean shot on those Longhorn from the low ground. And now Hooch with really low health, oh my god, barely gets away. Poking away there, Wolf does not decide to shoot him in the air to try to get that kill. But now Wolf, oh no, that was actually Hooch getting that level up. I mean, Wolf can just bomb, and kill all these T99 here. Gets killed by following T99 missiles once again, and pretty much the same story as before. These T99 ratchet spam, it's just going to be a little bit hard for Hooch to approach. However, Wolf did move his Longhorn up a little bit, so does lose a couple, and now Hooch has quite a lot of ratchets. Okay, I think this is pretty much enough. Has the ratchets on the low ground, has the T99 on the high ground, so probably will be able to approach pretty well, and now has a turtle. Does not drop that turtle. A little bit of miss micro. I guess decided not to drop it quite yet. Who are these Smurfs, guys? Who are these Smurfs? Who do you guys think these Smurfs are? Do they play like any of the top tier players that you know? Are they any of those players? I am 100% open to any speculation you guys would like to drop in the comments. you guys think you know, or if you guys actually know, let us know. You know, your claims are definitely not the final word. You know, you can say whatever you want, even if you know the facts. It is still 100% up to speculation. You can lie, you can cheat, you can steal, but you still won't 100% know who these Smurfs are unless they definitely kind of come out. And even then, in game, these Smurfs might be lying. Oh, and we do see this roller linked to a Longhorn. Oh, and Wolf gets killed once again. Too many T99s, and Wolf does drop a derp out there. But I would like to comment that he did link this roller to that Longhorn right there, and I think he probably did drop it on another link. So it will stay facing forward and not wander off too far. I'm trying to kill any random units out there. He's now dropping some boomers out. He's gonna do his cloak boomer drop thing, but those boomers do get killed really quickly by those jackals that were there to defend, so didn't really get much productive use out of that drop. But yeah, that roller will face forward, and Hooch now coming another cloak Longhorn drop at the front door. Wolf gonna respond to this very quickly, and Hooch running away, so this will just fire in whatever it can, and Wolf getting that killed very bombs and bomber bombs. But yeah, that Longhorn. That roller link to that Longhorn would prevent that roller from wandering off and not spinning in place like a lot of commonly, you know, patrolled rollers would do. And more bombs coming out by Wolf. It's just bombs all day, and Wolf has to fly all the way back to his forward power station to be able to avoid that those T99s from oh, and gets followed again. This time followed by Hooch. DPS is going down. The Secret Missile did get the final, oh, not the Secret Missile, but the T99 missiles did get that final hit. But I think it was definitely that extra DPS from Hooch following that was able to actually finish off Wolf over that outpost, because he did go over the mid, over the forward, and also still get finished off by the T99. Or by those T99 missiles. And look at all the ratchets coming out by Wolf. Let's see how he uses these. I mean, I'm not, I mean, it's kind of clear I was going to use them. He's just going to kind of clump them up to try to have everything still living alive, you know, and gonna start pumping out more tanks. But yeah, he's just gonna pump out more and more tanks. And Hooch now with some jackals. Let's see where he decides to go. He's just gonna kill some jackals, not trying to get that outpost neutralized. And 2 jackals for. Okay, 2 jackals. Let's see if he decides to retreat these jackals. No, decides to leave them. So it wasn't 100% worth it there. It was just 2 jackals and 3 jackals. And just Wolf. Bombing, not stopping that bombing. It's just too much. It's just too much bombing, guys. I mean, it is really difficult with all those T99s sitting there. Yes, it is really difficult with all those T99s, but it's just still something that probably shouldn't happen. I guarantee you guys we will see a bomb nerf coming up soon, and when that happens, we will not see that happen quite as much, and if we do, it will not be cost effective. So, yes, awesome. That will be great. Once we see that, it will be, I really hope it's in the next patch. It might actually be a live balance. We will see. But now Wolf, I mean, I can say the same thing over and over again. Wolf bombing, those T99s are really hard to deal with. But one thing that we are seeing right now is Wolf just turtling at this bit, not moving out. I mean, obviously he can't really do that because of this huge, massive amount of T99s sitting here with a turtle sitting in front with ratchets healing it up. And Turtle does go down to Wolf's bombs, and Wolf just doing that bomber thing, flying from mid, bombing, coming back as fast as he possibly can, with, you know, narrowly escaping death. And he is just trying to kill what he can. Let's see if he survives this wave of T99 missiles. Yes, there are less heavy T99s now because he has been able to kill a couple. Oh, really low on health. Hooch does sense that and actually is able to follow him before he gets back to that forward. So let's see if Hooch is actually able to use this time. I don't think he can, except, I mean, look at this. Look at that, guys. I'm going to turn off the UI. Look at that. And Hooch does says, how do you stop roller? Yeah, that roller definitely sitting right there in front. Going to be tanking the majority of the damage, especially depending on the angle that Hooch decides to leapfrog up. And now Hooch does realize that he doesn't have too many moneymakers sitting at his fort. And Wolf, oh my god, did Wolf get killed again by T99 missiles? Hooch was definitely not over the area right there. And Hooch actually just stationing T99s there at his fort. I don't know why he's doing that. I guess he's kind of concerned with any OT2 drops that Wolf might be doing. However, as a bomber, not a cloaked Neo that Hooch can be, it's not really that acceptable, especially because Hooch can kind of follow him back, do some blocking. I would really like to see Hooch concentrate on this mid fight or approach this forward or close that isn't really defended with just level 4 creeps. I mean, I guess saying just level 4 creeps isn't really, you know, saying much, just because level 4 creeps are really, really strong. They do provide a really, really crazy good defense. But Hooch is I mean, there's not really that anywhere for Hooch to go. He can start to maybe push some Jackals out to that close, but he definitely can't really do anything at this mid. Maybe he can start moving the T99s down here at a different angle to maybe move up here, but I mean, Wolf will definitely see that coming, and Wolf will not be able to do too much. And now we are obviously in overtime too, with that damage down going down. Hooch with some drops, so this will just come down to Hooch doing a bunch of Longhorn drops and cloaked Longhorn drops for the most part. And now Wolf is definitely going to be able to get this kill. I don't see a way for Hooch to survive that. Yeah, I guess unless he leveled up, which he did not in time. Oh, we do have Longhorn coming up here from the bottom. Hooch, if he was here to micro those, that would have been a lot of you know, productive use of that push from the bottom. But Wolf able to get that kill and finish off the Longhorn with his bombs and Manta Strike. Now coming out with 2 Longhorn of his own. Hooch now finally respawning. Will be able to get the block off on these 2 Longhorn. Will definitely have to drop more Longhorn than is dropped by Wolf, and Wolf able to reposition that, staying on the ground, staying alive, so he can gain enough energy to do some repositioning. But taking a lot of fire from Hooch. Hooch is gonna decide to stay on Wolf. Oh, but yeah, dropping with that. Oh, but just does cloak, or not does cloak, but does pursue Wolf in time to get that kill. And Wolf does drop that that doll, who can beat anyone by now. But now Wolf does kill that Longhorn without a drop. It is pretty even in fort health right now. Hooch is a little bit behind, but with continuous Longhorn drop, might be able to actually get this kill, or get this finish on Wolf. And that Longhorn is pretty much sitting there uncontested, only Seekers, and I guess level 4 cloaked, not level 4 cloaked, level 4 creeps are pretty much the only things that can contest him at that Longhorn at this point. And now Wolf is forced to stay here and just bomb like crazy. Hooch is just going to continually do Longhorn drop. It's pretty much his only choice at this point. He can't approach mid. He can't really do much of a push on that close, just because Wolf doesn't really, I mean, there's pretty much only Wolf, all he really needs to do is defend, and he will be good. Hooch really needs a full bar of energy next time he goes out, so he can do a nice cloak. Let's see if he can actually, he might choose to neutralize an outpost, just so that might slow down the, you know, kind of even out the bleed. But at this point, he doesn't need the bleed to be even. He really needs it to be, you know, to favor him. So Wolf just needs to stay at his fort pretty much and just defend against drops, and he will be good. The bleed will be in his favor, and seeing as this is a ranked game, that's probably what he might want to do. And now with doing a double Longhorn drop, will definitely win against Hooch's single Longhorn drops, and Hooch does see him on his map right now, so he will defend. But that one Longhorn is once again not really contested. Oh no, those Longhorn are there. So these 2 Longhorn dropped at Hooch's close, or at Hooch's forward. With those extra drops that Hooch has been doing, he has gotten ahead, and Wolf is definitely a little bit behind. Those 2 Longhorn drops, wasn't able to do it. Those 2 Longhorns dropped, weren't able to do it. But now Wolf, with some bombs, what is he doing with these bombs? He really also needs to just drop or throw some Manta Strikes down. I guess he's waiting for anything that Hooch might come up. I guess he's kind of assuming that Hooch is going to go with the bottom approach there, but instead going with the top approach. Now just waiting for that Longhorn to be dropped so he can bomb it down. But Hooch is definitely ahead now with all those drops. Wolf really needs to, yeah, I guess he needs to wall up, sure, but he really needs to drop. At this point, the difference in the bleed is not really going to be able to do it. With a couple distraction Longhorn, and Hooch will definitely find a hole here. Wolf able to finish off those Longhorn coming out, but now Hooch is just going to be able to drop and win, and I don't know if Wolf is going to be able to pull this out. Oh man, now Wolf is just really far behind. Hooch is just going to continually do drops, and Wolf really needs to drop some stuff. He really needs to drop. The bleed is definitely not going to be enough, especially if Hooch just continues to drop and find holes, which he will, because Wolf can make a you know, solid enough wall. Okay, I think he's going to make an all-in push right now, because that mid is not really going to do it for him. That will just fire in. I think that Longhorn will almost get this kill on Wolf. But those Longhorn defending will be able to finish it off. Oh my god, it's pretty much nothing right now. Hooch can pretty much just drop and shoot at the fort, and Wolf is waiting for Hooch to come. Hooch does drop here, and does get that final kill on Wolf. Oh, Wolf does not really do what he needed to do. This would have definitely been able to finish off Hooch if he chose to do that before. But Wolf, oh man, Wolf not moving out in time, not dropping in time, not prioritizing on the proper thing. If he wanted to prioritize on defense, he definitely should have just completely walled up. You know, dropping Longhorn sideways and all that stuff, so Hooch wouldn't have been able to penetrate easily at all. But Wolf, you know, just defending, just strangely enough, defending just by trying to kill whatever got dropped. And Hooch is crazy. Smurf on Smurf violence. Hooch is crazy, able to get this win over Wolf on Simple in this ranked game. If you guys spectate any interesting Smurf games that are actually pretty good, send them in to ruy0x@gmail.com, or you can contact me on Steam at RUY as well. Check out my video description. Look at Uncharted's artwork because it is awesome. He has created my avatar and all of my my channel art, and you will see upcoming stream BRB screens and all that stuff. Stream art, I guess you could call that. In any of my upcoming streams. So be sure to check that out. And once again, guys, this is RUY, and that is Gabe. See you next time.